Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a man who claimed he was a monster. A man who walked among humans, but said the beast inside him hunted for blood. His name was Manuel Blanco Romasanta, and he is remembered as the first documented serial killer in Spain. The man who tried to convince a court that he was a werewolf. In the misty forests of Galicia, people still whisper his name. They speak of a man, small in stature, but with a mind as sharp and dark as a predator's claws. A man whose crimes would terrify an entire country, and whose story blurs the line between human and beast, between reality and legend. Manuel Blanco Romasanta was born in 1809. From the very beginning, something about him seemed wrong. He was so small, so fragile, that he was declared a girl and registered as Manuela. For years, he lived in confusion, unsure of who he truly was. His body seemed too weak for the world, yet something inside him was growing fierce, something animal, something uncontainable. He was intelligent, dangerously intelligent. In a village where most people could barely read, he became educated, polite, soft-spoken, and unreadable. He learned to hide every thought, every emotion. He sewed clothes, sold goods, helped neighbors, and the more trust he earned, the easier it became to lure those most desperate. Galicia at the time was a land of despair. Failed harvests, poverty, and hunger drove many to seek a better life wherever it could be found. Women alone, widowed or orphaned, hoped for a chance to escape misery, and to them he offered salvation. "Come with me," he whispered. "Beyond these mountains you'll find work. You'll send money home. You will live differently." They followed him and vanished. One of them was Maria, a mother with a young son. She dreamed of returning home wealthy, with enough money to care for her family. But the only thing that returned was Romasanta, carrying her dress. He said, "She gave this to me." He sold the belongings of the missing women at the very markets where he once smiled at them. At first, villagers excused the disappearances, bandits, accidents, the dangers of the mountains. But too many people vanished on the same path, and too often their possessions ended up in Romasanta's hands. Fear began to creep into the villages, whispering that something unnatural followed him. Then came the discovery that turned fear into pure horror. Authorities searched his belongings and found jars of human fat, carefully rendered, and bars of soap made from it. He sold this soap as a cure-all, a miracle to those desperate enough to believe. 13 murders were confirmed, but investigators admitted the real number was likely far higher. Wolves, scavengers, and the treacherous mountains had hidden the rest. When Romasanta was captured, he did not deny the darkness within him. He admitted the killings, but his explanation was worse than any human crime. He said he wasn't the killer. The wolf inside him was. He described transformations in chilling detail. Skin stretching over bones like parchment over iron, bones cracking, reshaping, teeth lengthening into a wolfish snout. He said he could feel his mind dissolve into hunger, a beast guiding him toward warm, living bodies. Claws tore their way out through his fingers, and then he would wake, naked, in the mud, beside the remains of his victims. He cried. He claimed he remembered nothing of the killings, only the taste of blood, the howl inside him, the hunger. He feared the moon like a child fears the dark. He begged the court to keep him in chains during full moons, for he knew what the beast might do. And he said something even worse. He was not alone. 2 others, he whispered, cursed like him, werewolves who hunted by his side. They shared the kill. He gave their names, but no one ever found them. Were they delusions, or had he silenced them already, consumed them? Doctors debated fiercely. Was it clinical lycanthropy, a rare disorder where a person truly believes they transform into a beast? Or was he the most cunning manipulator Spain had ever seen? Some said he was insane. Others said he lied to escape death. The prosecutor demanded execution. The people wanted the monster gone. He was sentenced to death by garrote, strangled slowly by iron. But just before it could be carried out, the impossible happened. Queen Isabella II intervened. She wanted to study his mind, to understand evil, to see whether a monster could be imprisoned inside a man. Romasanta was sent to prison. No sunlight, no nights under the moon. He lived like a beast in a cage. And then the guards began to complain about howling, about him throwing himself against the bars during full moons, about his eyes, which no longer looked human, about sounds from his throat that were not a human voice. And then he vanished. Officially, he died of illness in 1863. Unofficially, no documents exist, no death certificate, no body, no grave. He simply disappeared. And Galicia still whispers. Some horrors never die. They wait. When the wind moves the mist across the mountains, you can hear a howl. Not quite wolf, not quite man. If you ever lose your way there at night, never look at the moon. Do not turn around. Do not call for help, because the one who answers may wear your face, and then it may take your body, as it once took his. Because if a man truly believes he is a wolf, that belief alone may be enough to make the monster real.